Joining us now, nationally syndicated talk radio host and the Old Glory Bank co-founder, Larry Elder. Larry, it's great to see you, sir. This is happening thick and fast. This is after China did strike back as China's imposing 34% tariffs on all U.S. imports starting on April 10th. But we're not at April 10th yet, Larry. It seems like nations are ready to deal. What do you think?
Well, I don't know about you, Liz, but I'm getting whiplash. Israel, by the way, has already negotiated down to zero. You know, the standard economic philosophy going from Adam Smith, the father of modern economics, to Milton Friedman, to Tom Sowell, is that free trade is good, even if it is unilateral. All of the above said, ideally, it's better to get your trading partners to lower their tariffs, but if they don't, you ought not shoot yourself in the foot by imposing tariffs on yourself. I think that they underestimate the ability of Donald Trump to negotiate and underestimate the power of this country, as Stephen Miller just now mentioned. If what you're saying is true, if these countries are all calling Donald Trump, once again, the man has been underestimated. And I think in the long run, as part of an overall economic package, which includes the Trump tax cuts, includes energy independence, deregulation, and the cuts from DOGE, overall, I think we ought to give them a chance, give them the benefit of the doubt, and let's see what happens. It's only been 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a boom time. Let me back up.
Good.
So everything that you just said, also Wall Street is betting on at least 4 rate cuts this year, a possibility of 5 interest rate cuts. Goldman Sachs projects 3 rate cuts. Plus the odds of an emergency cut between Fed meetings is rising. So that seems like a golden era, a boom.
It does seem like it. And remember all these countries that have promised now to reinvest in America, to move their factories to America. All this is happening. And I think that Donald Trump's strategy overall will work for the American people if we're patient. And that's the question. Are we patient enough for this to happen? The tax cuts need to happen and need to happen sooner rather than later.
You know, Larry, we know that Democrats and the media are jumping on this, right? They're going to use anything to attack Trump. This is the broad zoom 30,000-foot perspective. It's about the fight to get cheaper goods from overseas like China to America, America turning from being an industrial and manufacturing powerhouse to becoming basically a paper economy built on a massive $37 trillion worth of debt that foreign nations like China own. The pandemic exposed how deeply America depends on China for the chemicals and drugs, the medical devices. And just recently, America became a net importer of food. We don't make our own food net, drugs, medical devices, computers. The White House is saying, buy American. It's going to get cheaper to make things in America, including auto parts. Is that true?
I think so. And also, there's a big component of this is national security, as you pointed out. The rely on China for things like chips is extremely dangerous. So no matter how you feel about these tariffs, the idea is to make sure that in times of war, we're able to manufacture what we need in order to wage that war.
Yeah, listen, nobody likes the NASDAQ going deeper into bear territory, the S&P going deeper into correction, or the Dow into correction. So that's the pain that people are feeling, Larry. What would you say to them?
I would say if you are a young person, now is a wonderful opportunity to buy and hold over the long haul. That's the way. If you believe in America, you believe in the country, you ought to invest in America while you're young, and don't let the news of any particular day or week or even year affect you. Buy and hold. And when you get to my age, you won't have to work.
Listen, Larry, I'm older than you, so don't make any jokes. It's good to see you, the wonderful Larry Elder. And don't forget it, I am older than you. I could be your mother. No, I'm just kidding. Larry Elder, you're terrific.